I welcome you back, and I'm going to give us some words, and some of them are phrases to spell. So it is a short spelling exercise. Number one, Easter holiday, Easter holiday, Easter holiday. Number two, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. I'm giving you those cheap words deliberately. I do not want to, you to do what? To rack, not crack anyway, to rack your brains. Number three, I'm giving just four. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. And lastly, Commonwealth Games, Commonwealth Games, Commonwealth Games. So, can I have your work? Do not worry. I can mentally guess what many of us have written, or the way many of us, will spell those terms. You wouldn't know the reason. The main reason I am giving this, I gave the exercise. The reason is that if you watch closely, each of them is either a proper noun, or it contains a word, at least a word that is an example of a proper noun. And there is something, about them. There is something with proper nouns, which is the fact that they always begin with capital letters. They normally begin with capital letters. If they are not going to begin with capital letters, it could mean that the user, wants to, wants to give a peculiar, message, which is it could be in the literary realm, or it could just be plain. It could just be a plain mistake. So, proper nouns are those words, capturing the names of individuals, human beings, countries, states, towns, villages, rivers, mountains, days of the weeks and months, and so on and so forth. So one thing with them is that they should begin with capital letters. The same thing applies to festivals, and you discover that either that each of the words I'm referring to, it is either a festival or is like a tournament. And one thing with tournaments too, the real names of tournaments should begin with capital letters. It does not matter whether such are in the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of the clauses or sentences. So let's go back to the words I gave you. The first is Easter holiday. That Easter must start with capital E. That is what I'm trying to say. Holiday does not need to start with a capital letter, because holiday is just a common noun. However, Easter, as used as I gave you there, is a proper noun that should start with a capital letter. Christmas too. Christmas. One thing is that there must be T in Christmas, although in pronunciation the T is silent. Very importantly, if not more importantly, is the fact that Christmas should start with a capital letter. It is the name of a festival, which is a proper noun. The same thing applies, to Ramadan. Ramadan, capital R, whether it is in the middle, at the end, or at the beginning of the sentence. Ramadan is a proper noun anytime you need to write it in an essay, in a letter, or whatever form of communication you are dealing with. Remember that Ramadan, like Christmas, like Easter, names of festivals should start with capital letters. Lastly, Commonwealth Games, capital C, capital G. African Cup of Nations, ACN, all capital, you know. European tournament, whatever the name of the tournament is, that E should be capital letter. Maybe you have European League, or you have the Premier League, capital P, capital L, because that is the name of that you know, competition. So remember, Easter, Christmas, Ramadan, Commonwealth Games all begin with capital letters.